I'm Kat, and I'm the children's librarian here at the Tewksbury Public Library. Thank you for joining us for this week's middle grade make and take, where we are going to be making our very own beaded froggy keychains. For today's craft, you need some string. This is almost 3 feet long, and I've gone ahead and tied one end to the jewelry clip here. Yours will probably be the same color, but I'm using 2 different colors so that it's real easy for you to see which one I'm using, because we're going to be using both of them to make this craft. You also need a bunch of beads, so you need 50 of your primary color, 2 for the eyes, and 12 for the little feet. And then I have a copy of my pattern right here, and we are ready to go. So as we said, we already have our string tied on to the end of our clip here. You'll probably be using the same color for both strings, but just for ease of showing you, I have one here that's pink and one here that's brown. You can see on our pattern that the first line, we're starting from the top, is 3 solid beads. So we're going to put 3 beads there. And I'm just going to take the end of the pink string. I know these are really long strings, but it's worth it. And put 1, 2, and 3 beads on it, all the way to the end. And then what you're going to do is take the end of your other string, and starting at the end away from the clip, we're going to put these in the other direction. 1, 2, and 3. And pull that all the way through. So you'll see as this unwinds here that you have a string going in each side and out each side. So 1 string of 3 beads. You have the pink going in over here and coming out here, and you have the brown going in over here and coming out the opposite side. I'm going to try to position this kind of in the middle here. There we go. That is our first line. Our second line here has the eyes on it, so we're going to put 1 eye and then 2 of the green beads and then the other eye. And it doesn't really matter which string you go with, because both strings are going to be strung through the beads. So we've got 4 beads, 1 blue, 2 green, 1 blue, and again all the way to the end. And then we're going to take that second string and go through where this one is coming out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. See, so we have it again. I'll give you a closer look here. 4 beads. You have the brown string going in this side and coming out here, and the pink string coming in this side and coming out here. So they will both be going through every set of beads. Here we go. I know the strings are really, really long. I just find it easier to do it this way first, rather than to have to tie more string on later. But if you'd rather start with shorter string, we might have to add a little bit more. That's okay, we can do that too. And I add that again. We want that to be kind of in the middle. There we go. So we have the first 2 lines of our frog pattern here done. Now the next line is 5 solid color beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull that to the end. And then this brown one is going to go in again where this pink one is coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm afraid my beads are a little bit wiggly here. My strings are a little bit different in thickness, so it's pulling at a little bit different rate, but that's okay. We're gonna make sure that we like where it is. Pull it nice and tight. There we go. We don't want it so tight that it's gonna rip, but pull it tight enough that it holds. All right, so we have our 5 beads. The next one, again, is 5 more beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Brown string going in where the pink string came out. 1, 2, oops, make sure we get it through all 5. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Pull on the ends here, there we go. So we have row 2, or row 3, row 4, and 2 rows of 5 here. There we go, I'll make that a little bit tighter there. There we go. The next part is to put the arms on. So each string is going to have its own. It has 4 solid beads. 1, 2, whoops. 3, and 4. Then it has 1, 2, 3 of the foot color, which I have purple here. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now we are going to go, we're going to leave these purple ones as they are and go back through the 4 green ones that we just put on. There we go. So when you pull it a little bit tighter, it looks like this. You have a little frog arm. There he is. We are going to repeat that on the other side. So 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have 3 purple beads for the feet. 1, 2, and 3. And we are going to ignore the purple beads and go back through these 4 green ones that we just put on. There we go. Pull that through. Yep. And that makes his other little frog foot. So we have so far done this much of the pattern. And you can see on the pattern here that the string goes in through the yellow here and then goes back through those green beads. That's exactly what we're doing. They have the strings 2 different colors on the pattern as well, so it makes it easier for you to follow along. Now we're going to do 2 rows of 6 and 1 row of 5. All right, now we are going to go ahead and do our legs the same way we did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 3 purple. Whoops. 3 purple. All right, now remember, we're going to ignore these purple for now and go back through all 5 of these green ones. If you have to do them one at a time, that's fine. And that makes his little leg there. We're going to make sure that this is pulled all the way through. Just as tight as we want it to be in there. And then I'm going to take this, skip a bead, and go one more bead in and just thread that one bead. And that's going to give us our ending in a second. There we go. So we need 5 green. You picked up a bag at the library, we threw in an extra just in case you dropped one. Two and 3. All right, and again, we're gonna ignore these purple because they're gonna pull together to make a foot, and go through these green ones in the opposite direction. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and just like we did with the other side, we're going to skip one bead here and go through the bead next to it. There we go. So he is pretty much done. All we need to do is tie off the string. What I'm going to do here is just make sure that we have it as tight as we want it to be. We don't want it to be super tight, but you don't want it to be so loose that it falls apart either. Here we go. Do the same with the brown. Seems pretty good. And now I'm going to tie these ends together. A double knot because I just want to make sure that it's nice and strong because we don't want to ruin all of that work that we just did. And there we go. We have our little frog buddy. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had fun. You can follow us here on YouTube for lots of other arts and crafts tutorials, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Tewksbury LIB. Have a wonderful day.